Hi and welcome to Soul Food. This is our weekly meditation and we are back into our 1 Corinthians series called Lifestyle Christianity, and we are on chapter 15 entitled Are Saved, Being Saved, Will Be Saved. Now the gospel is under attack in our churches today, and I don't mean from outside. Of course we get attacked from outside, but I believe some of the biggest attack and the biggest problems we're facing are from within. The traditions that the church has held, that people have fought and died for over the centuries, are being lost to a more open, inclusive, less threatening gospel. The question is, whenever did Jesus say the gospel was inclusive or less threatening? He said things like, narrow and long are the way to eternal life. He said things like, if you want to save your life, you need to lose it. He said, unless you pick up your cross and die, you cannot be a disciple. Jesus was very straight up with what it meant, the cost of what it meant to follow him. And this gospel message, yes, is of one of hope, of life, of healing, of freedom, but it comes at the cost of self, of laying down our life and saying, look, I'm going to give it all for Jesus. And we must never water down or minimize the gospel, especially when it costs Jesus everything. We must never water it down, but we must live it out and preach out the true gospel, the gospel in which we are not to be ashamed of, because it is the power of God for salvation. So as we think about the idea of this good news, this gospel, this life that Jesus gave for us so that we could have life, so that we can be back in relationship with him, let's think about the key verse, which is 1 Corinthians 15 verses 1 to 2, and it says, now I would remind you, brothers and sisters, of the gospel I preached to you, which you received, in which you stand, and by which you are being saved, if you hold fast to the word I preached to you, unless you believed in vain. He's saying that these words that he spoke, if you hold fast, if you give yourself to this Jesus, that you have life and life to the full and life in the life to come as well. And that what you've believed, it's not in vain. This is something that is eternal. So as we think about the gospel, ask ourselves, what is the gospel? What does it actually mean to me? What does it mean to you? How does it affect our lives and the lives of those around us? What does it actually mean to be saved? And what is the process? What's the process of how we live under the power of this resurrection power that Jesus gave us, under the power of the gospel? What effect does it have on us? Does it infect our lives and everyone we come in contact with?